Another day and another response. What's up, peeps? Welcome back to more gaming news. As we continue to talk about the Dr. Disrespect situation, we talk about the initial stuff that Doc brought up 6 months after the fact of all of these people and streamers speaking up against him for his admitted actions. He talked about ZLaner, Dr. Lupo, he talked about Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, and many more in a rant which some people thought was out of place and kind of very late on all of this. We now have a response from ZLaner, who spoke about this multiple times on stream. Actually multiple times, calling Doc and his statement extremely narcissistic.
So you're going to apologize to Doc and get back to dripping in heat. Daniel, brother, I owe nobody an apology, man. I think that was the wildest statement I've ever heard. If anything, I'm pretty sure he owes proof and then probably an apology to the boys. I think that was some of the most narcissistic, disrespectful shit I've honestly ever heard. But anyway,
oh my, there's 7 of them.
Casey to get a $10 super chat as well, baby. Manuel, think the one gifted membership. I appreciate that, baby. Thank you.
And then later on stream, he goes to kind of explain the entire situation, something he has recapped over the last few months, and many times he has talked about this instance and why he has taken distance from Dr. Disrespect and now will never play with the guy again. He tries to re-explain the situation of how he handled it very early on and how eventually he had to take a step back, but he gave Doc credit at first, hoping at some point he was going to clear his name. And then once he admitted to everything and it became very, very obvious that he was not going to be clearing his name whatsoever, and he admitted to doing it all, that is when he had to take a distance, and he chose to cut it off.
Those were good times, man. Hey, listen, because that's what good friends do, man. It's just, you do that. But then, like, new information can arise. You know what I'm saying? Years can go by and new information can arise that you previously didn't even know was the case, and actually were under a completely different understanding for years and years and years, thinking that it was actually like some other problem, which I stood by and defended the whole time. I turned down tons of deals. I did so many different things to kind of shove it in their face for fucking my friend over. Little did I know that it was actually mistakes of his own, and it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that there aren't people that aren't maybe out to get him in some way, but for the whole narrative to be that everyone's out to get him and that these are all blown into proportion things. Listen, I've already said my piece on this, folks. You guys can, I will respect anyone's opinion to you. Everyone is totally fine having whatever opinion they want. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But I'm just not on board with inappropriately talking to minors. I'm not on board with that. So that is why I step away. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is why I've stepped away. And I've already made that clear. I made that clear when I made an announcement. And guess what? That announcement that I made when I made a statement fucking half a year ago now, when everything was going down, do you know when that statement was made? That statement was made not after news articles broke out and I'm trying to save face or do anything like that. It happened multiple weeks after, when innocent until proven guilty, until he made his statement. That's all I needed. I waited. I was thinking, you know, he's going to, any day now, a post is going to come out. He's going to clear all this up. It's going to make sense. And the second I saw that he admitted to inappropriately talking to a minor, boom. That's enough for me, man. That's enough for me. I'm sorry. I can't get on board with that, especially when you have a wife and a child. I can't. That is my own personal morals that I like to stand by. I don't know why, like everybody else can, like I said, I'll respect anyone else's opinion. Watch and consume any content of whoever you'd like to and believe whatever you'd like to believe. I'd like to also believe what I believe and have my own morals and places where I draw certain lines. But you know what I mean? You're not going to hear me out here disrespecting people or even trying to talk about it anymore. It's fucking 99% of the time, it's just people always coming in here asking, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on that? It's like, bro, I'm here trying to do my own thing. Like, I can't be involved. I just can't. I can't be involved with that. Like, it's that simple. I don't know if this was anybody else, not a celebrity, someone from your hometown that you heard of talking to your child, brother. This wouldn't even be a story. It wouldn't. Like, I don't know what to do, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to get that through to people.
But he also stresses the same thing that many others out there have been saying. If you really want to clear yourself, and instead of pointing the fingers at all these other people who spoke out against you and distanced themselves, and that you call friends and say, oh, they met my wife, so why would they not stand by me during such a crazy situation? ZLaner says, why do you not just show the messages? You know, show the proof. He even says, hey, if this was me and I could clear my name and I could show all the evidence, I would certainly do that unless I had something to hide. And for me, I think the saddest part about all of this, because if you know the ZLaner and Doc's story and how much that Z does credit Doc, he always gives him credit for his rise in the community, his rise in the scene. And obviously this is a breaking of that road and what once was. At the very end of this, he says, you know, talking about Doc and how he demanded an apology of ZLaner, said he would accept a private apology from ZLaner and Tim. Z says, I don't owe you an apology, and continues to say how, hey, don't meet your heroes, and how Doc is a narcissist for that statement.
All I needed to see
Shot the Reaper.
was that, because that's what I was thinking was going to happen. I was thinking, okay, well, you know, no, none of this is real. All this news coming out, he's going to come on in a day or two. He's going to clear it all up. It's going to be simple. What ended up actually happening? He came on and admitted that he did that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit. Okay, well now I'm stuck at a crossroads because here's someone that I am a friend. I should have some type of like bias towards this, which I almost kind of did. Like the whole time I'm scrolling for those weeks and weeks and weeks, I'm scrolling, I'm reading articles, I'm reading different things, I'm reading the updated news coming out. I'm waiting for his response. I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm like, nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? I'm slowly starting to be like, okay, well, no, maybe he's just taking some time, whatever, getting his shit together, lawyers, etc., whatever. Then comes out and says that, and I'm like, oh, okay, well then there's no further thing to explain. There's no new information or new stuff that needs to come out for my mind to be changed. If you admit that is what you did, if you admit that you're inappropriately talking to minors, I can't get on board with that. I said this fucking 6 months ago in a Twitter post, on a video. I still believe that today. I will believe that for the rest of my life. If you are a full-grown adult man and you are talking to a minor inappropriately, that is weird. I'm sorry, bro. That is
250 season something rebirth. Sure.
I can't get on board with that. I don't care if illegal stuff happened. I can't get on board with that because that's how every fucking episode of To Catch a Predator begins, brother. You get caught in the fucking in the infancy stages of it before anything bad does happen, and then fucking Chris Hansen comes out and says,
"Oh, baby,
what were your intentions? Oh, my intentions were never to do this and this." How can anyone fucking believe you? How can anyone believe that is actually true? How do you expect for people to believe you and not think that you're delusional for thinking that? Just take 2 seconds out of your day. If you did nothing wrong, if you said nothing wrong, screenshot, no text needed, no explanation needed, screenshot, show what was said. And if it wasn't that bad, then there's no reason it shouldn't be shared. And don't say there's NDAs or there's things that are holding back, because there's not. He himself has admitted every party has already broken NDAs and everything, so everything is on the table. Everything can be on the table.
God, so
he's choosing not to share that information.
Two teams dropped to us.
And then to say I owe nobody an apology, man. That's some narcissistic level stuff, to be honest, bro. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Don't meet your heroes, folks. Don't meet your heroes. Sad ending.
So likely the last time we will hear Z talk about this Doc situation, especially at such length, and that is now 2 of the streamers. Nick Merckx, we talked about yesterday, has also responded to Doc. Doc called Nick a pansy and a phony and kind of fake throughout all of this because he met his wife. And we talked about in yesterday's video, if you guys want to check it out, Nick Merckx' lengthy response, 10 to 15 minute rant about Doc and how he is the actual phony here and how he put his boys in a tough situation. And just because he met his wife does not mean he has to stand by him through such a situation as this. So I don't think someone like Tim is going to respond. I don't think Lupo is going to respond either, but Z and Nick Merckx have. So till next time, take care of yourselves, guys. Drink some water and coffee, and I'll catch you back here tomorrow morning with some more gaming news. Take care.